Sutton's made the move. Sutton flicking it into Larson. Larson edge of the box, tries to play it into Larson. Larson's got a chance here. Larson! Goal! 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 Henrik Larsson scores! It's a goal! Celtic wants it! They are 1-0! They've got the goal! His name is Henrik Larsson!
The centuries don't pass for no more than your breath. Have bled for your country.
Podcast, Aaron, welcome to Saoirse. Hello, and welcome back to another season of the Rebel Podcast from the Balcony of Freedom in downtown Melbourne. Very chilly night here on a Friday night in Melbourne. My name is Prefontaine, and I'd like to welcome back onto the podcast, back onto the Balcony of Freedom. A bit cold out here tonight. My two co-hosts for another season, Francis, how are you this evening?
Hail, hail.
Very good. And Muttley over here on the couch. Callum, welcome back.
Nice to be here.
Very good. It is nice to be here. It actually feels like it was quite some time ago that we did our last show, which was on Cup Final night, which was the live show, which kind of
Never doing that again.
Was a bit of a debacle. But here we are again for another season to talk
on delay.
On delay. Let's get straight into it. Well, first of all, what did you do in the off season? Like, did you find that you missed Celtic, or were you happy to have a break, or has it sort of crept up on you again? You're going, oh God, I can't believe the season's back again. And
well, it was only 2 weeks, wasn't it? The off season. That's what it felt like anyway. Didn't like getting up at 5 in the morning to watch Celtic play. That wasn't enjoyable.
The 5 in the morning just recently.
Yeah.
What was worse though, the 5 in the morning away game to Elfsborg, or the 5 in the morning game away to Cliftonville, where Celtic TV just clearly was on the blink?
Well, we couldn't tell you the Clifton Hill game because it didn't work.
Yeah.
We got up, missed the first goal, saw the second goal, I think.
It kind of froze at that point.
And then went to bed.
Yeah.
And then went stuff this.
Packed it in at half time. So, yeah, what was worse?
Well, the game was not particularly inspiring, was it?
On
Wednesday.
Thursday morning. What about you, Frankie? Have you found the gap big, or are you looking forward to football again?
Well, obviously the problem is, the closer we're getting to the start of the season, the more chance players that we've been watching we're going to leave.
Mm.
So that was, negative the whole time.
Mm.
From saying that we were going to hang on to players to now it's obvious we've lost the spine. That was annoying. So but anyway, the season's back, so hopefully we can get some new players and get back into it.
Yeah. Well, let's get back into it again. So we won't recap the Clifton Hill games, one, because we kind of saw one half of it and that half wasn't that great. But let's talk about the Elfsborg game that was on Thursday morning here in sunny Melbourne.
Can we talk about the good points first?
Well, that's done. We're done talking about the good points.
Were there any good points?
Well, can we talk about them?
Can we? We can if you like.
No, we can't.
No, we can't. I think it was funny at the start you made the remark in the dying opening seconds of the game. You go, geez, the pitch is in good nick. Being sarcastic, which was funny. I laughed. But it turned out the pitch wasn't in good nick. How can carpet not be in good nick?
Well, how can a plastic pitch be a bad plastic pitch? I thought they're all the same.
One piece of carpet's like every other piece of carpet.
Apparently they watered it too much.
I know. And
But the biggest farce of the whole thing was, not one of those 22 players could control a ball, but that poor wee ball girl brilliantly controlled it with one touch.
I know.
That was the best point of the whole game. The worst point of the game was the referee coming over and telling her off for the beautiful control and showing off the players. The fact that she was actually on the pitch was...
Well, it was good that because it was going for a throw-in, so it was really good that she got out for us.
She was actually, to be fair, she was easily on the 18-yard line. She was that far up the park.
Yep.
That was
Brilliant. What
was amazing was she had a ball under each arm, so she actually physically couldn't use her hands to get the ball, and she killed it dead.
Absolutely. Izzy's still trying to bloody kill that ball. He's got no idea.
Oh, Izzy. What's up with Izzy?
I don't know.
He's playing football like he's trying to learn a new language.
Yeah.
He has got no idea.
he needs to pray to. He's obviously praying to the wrong God because
Yeah.
his prayers aren't answered.
Maybe there's two fingers when he's praying up in the air, not one.
Maybe God thinks he's given him the bird.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah.
He's a different player than we bought.
He had some moments there last season where he was good, but
Pre his injury,
At the first-
he's never got back to the.
Hold on. The first 5-10 minutes, you guys said, "Oh, Izzy looks like he's back to his old ways. He's playing quite well."
And then we realised that Challinor grew, Ledley, and two other players were covering for him.
Yeah. Well, can someone explain to me that formation of why there was 5 players on the one left-hand side of the field,
Well-
and they kept going down that side, and no one was cutting them off? It was amazing.
Well, Neil Lennon got the tactics right because obviously they were the only side that were going to attack on. So we thought, well, bugger it, I'll just play 5 over that side. And
But they kept going down that wing and passing the ball around us anyway.
yeah, no, it was horrible.
I tried to keep count how many times we managed to string more than 5 passes together, and that was rare.
I don't think it happened, did it?
It did, but it was one of those ones where it was those passes that we strung together by knocking the ball around at the back. I don't
okay.
think we ever.
Doesn't count.
I don't think we. Yeah, that doesn't really count, does it? Because there's no one up there.
No.
Like, I don't think we strung 5 passes together in our forward half. Mo Bangura, bit of a cunt.
Yes.
Just a bit.
It's more than a bit, I tell you.
Just a bit.
And then he's finished off by slagging Scott Brown on the press because he fresh aired him at the handshake, wouldn't shake hands with him.
Oh, Brady wouldn't shake hands with him.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, like that was always going to happen.
That was after Mo kicked him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
on
well,
the floor.
attempted to come through him. Yeah,
He is not coming back. When I say he's not coming back to Celtic, he actually may come back to Celtic, but it would not be wise for him to come back to Celtic.
Yeah.
I know. It was very odd.
Like Scott Brown probably would have said it to him after the game. It's that scene out of Pulp Fiction when Marcellus Wallace says to the Bruce Willis character, "You leave town tonight, and you be gone and you stay gone." Like Mo ain't coming back to Glasgow.
No. He had a good little. His best bit of play was in the first half when he
The
touched the
overhead.
ball and did the overhead. It was quite
Yeah.
impressive.
But it's the first time I actually sat and actually watched him properly, and you know,
He's shite.
for all the flash and that, he's shit.
He's terrible.
He is really a terrible player.
He runs
was.
funny as well.
He's horrible, but he was probably the best player,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which some.
Well, the Nazi-looking guy was actually quite good with the blonde hair.
yeah.
He was actually quite good. He was a bit of a. He was, and the other. Well, who was more of an arsehole, Mo Bangura or the guy with the tattoos who looked? Remember him? He had a what was his name?
It was a weird
The
looking
Japanese guy,
Yeah.
Ishikoya or something.
Sami Ishikuri.
Yeah. He was white as.
There was some weird guy, and then the guy that got really aggro towards the end.
The guy that's the sub.
Yeah, who I thought was
He was a
someone.
Nazi, wasn't he?
I thought he was a fan running on the ground.
He could not play,
No.
but
And
he thought he could fight.
And that really, really tall guy at the back who was legitimately
Yeah, he'd be a great high jumper.
or basketballer.
They were a weird team. They,
Yeah.
they looked like a bunch of. They were misfits. It looked like you grabbed the whole sort of furniture department out of IKEA and put strips on them.
Did you see the manager was quite odd looking as well. If you remember, he looked a bit like
Boris the Blade.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Donald Trump, kind of a little bit.
Well, he had that classic kind of Swedish, big looking. You know, I am a descendant of Vikings. Like his family has raped a lot of people.
Yeah, but he had funny shoulders.
No, it was the shirt.
Was it?
Yeah,
He had
was a
massive gut.
He was wearing an extra large shirt.
Yeah.
It did not fit him at all.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was your quintessential fat cunt.
But
We've said the C word in the first.
He can drink though. I bet you
Bet
he
he
can put some points away.
yeah, him and Neil would set themselves up with that.
yeah, after there you go.
No, actually, the first 45 minutes was highlighted by that ribbon.
I have it in my notes here. That fucking streamer.
I wonder who they paid to get up and pull it off. Because it was gone after half time.
That was very annoying.
Yeah.
The first half when there was a shot of Lennon and he was sitting with his hand over his head, obviously looking very frustrated and angry. It felt like the time. It reminded me of the time when I was playing soccer like under 15s. I'm not sure if you remember this, Dad. And my coach Mark Cannibal, we were playing the bottom team, and they hadn't scored a goal, and they conceded something like 20 goals on per average. and they rocked up 2 minutes before the game with hot dogs and all this other stuff. And we've been out there warming up for 5 hours because that's what we did with under 15s. And we were down 2-1 in the first 10 minutes, and then we ended up winning, I think 22 or something like ridiculous. But our coach Mark left the game and went to the bar.
That's right.
And poured himself a drink at 11:30 in the morning. That's what Neil Lennon looked like. That's all he wanted to do.
Yeah.
It was not a particularly good game.
The second half, you're hoping there might be some improvements, and the second half was dire.
Yeah. Well, I would have. I said to you, I would have preferred them to. I did not want them to score 1 goal. If they're going to score, I wanted them to score 2 goals because I did not want to watch any more of that game.
Yeah.
Could you imagine going extra time watching that?
Yeah.
I mean, just horrible.
We were really shit.
We really were.
And I was surprised, but at one stage, Lennon's face also said it all. Like he was just going, "What is going on out here?" But then when the whistle went, I was really surprised by his. He looked pretty pleased with it all.
For the players.
Yeah, and I was like, get fucked.
Yeah.
Like, I would have said to the guys, all right, go clap the fans and then fucking in the change room.
Yeah.
Like, that was pish.
Yeah, absolutely.
But anyway, he was pretty pleased. Should we hear from Neil?
Yeah.
Or the Rubber Bandit, sorry, I've got to bring up the right one.
But really, the only good thing about that game was we didn't get up at 3 to watch it.
Well, it's true.
Because we could have.
That was such a smart move.
I was annoyed at 5 getting up,
I know.
watching that shite.
It's not easy being a team this side of the world. Let's hear from Neil. If this thing would load.
It's going to be worse when we play the Kazakhstan.
Over there, playing on bloody minefield.
And it'll be either 1 or 12 midnight, I'm not sure.
Oh, I realise what I'm doing. They're playing it to the bloody television. The television's not on fucking... All right, let's hear from
Tonight
Neil.
we went at our best. We're not, we know that these are really tough games at this stage of the season against the Swedish champions who you have to respect, and we did that with the lineup tonight. We could have passed it a bit better, but this is the worst artificial pitch I've seen, and I'm getting my excuses in now because we're going through, but it's very, very difficult for players to keep their balance at times out there. But it's a brilliant result for us. It really is, and it gives us a wee bit of time to prepare for the next round now as well.
Going back to the pitch, I think it was fairly evident right from the kick-off the players didn't like it at all.
No, it was, I touched on the camber, that goes through the middle of the pitch across the way, and it's difficult for balance, it's difficult for passing, and obviously Elfsborg are used to it. I've got to pay credit to Elfsborg. This was our cup final. We're strong, very physical, but my back four tonight were magnificent. 2 centre-halves. Yeah, it's probably Kelvin's last game for us, but I said to him, he can go with his head held high. He was unbelievable tonight.
Come back to Kelvin maybe in a second, but would it be unfair to say you didn't quite get into your rhythm tonight?
Yeah, we're a little bit disjointed. We've picked up a couple of injuries as the game went on as well. So, hopefully we'll have Van Dijk and Borat there back for the next tie, and that will make us better. And obviously we just need to get up to match speed a little bit as well. But these games are really hard. They're really tough, and it's a tough time to be a manager in this situation. So I'm glad we've come through it okay.
And it's going to get even tougher. You're now into the third round qualifying. What would you hope for? What would you hope to avoid in the draw?
I don't know. I haven't even really paid much attention to the teams. I'll wait for the draw to come on Friday and see. We'll take it from there. But that was a real toughie tonight.
You mentioned Kelvin Wilson just finally. Do you think that is his last game for Celtic?
Yeah, I'd assume so. Yeah, I think I'm not sure if the deal's been agreed yet, but I don't think it's far away. So we asked him to play tonight. He didn't want to let the team down, and he certainly didn't.
Right. Now, is it true? So he's gone, is that right? Is that Wilson's left?
Yeah, well, there's no deal. It's not been officially confirmed yet, but I think it's all... He said today that today was his last game.
Right.
And he said it was due to family reasons, not money. And he's leaving with a heavy heart, all the usual things they say.
What a fucking idiot.
Do you believe that?
Oh.
Why
What
would
sort of professional athlete cannot get it right from the first go? Like, imagine going to Glasgow without his wife.
Why isn't she in Glasgow?
What an idiot. She's obviously said, I'm not going to Glasgow, fuck that.
Why would you want to live in Nottingham? It's like the meth capital of Europe.
Yeah.
I just made that up.
And Robin Hood was there too.
Robin Hood was, and he just pinched stuff from people.
Yeah. From rich people.
Yeah.
And Kelvin's rich.
Well, that's a story, yeah.
Well,
There's a
Kelvin
story.
and his family better watch out.
What an idiot.
Because they've got a big game next week against Yeovil, apparently.
That's right.
Forest.
But he's cup tied now, so it's fucked for us.
That's right. I do love that comment. Very funny, Frankie.
Hey, have you ever heard Canberra being used as an excuse
I've
before?
never heard Canberra being used as an excuse
That's
before.
the first.
Canberra.
What was Canberra?
Canberra.
Is the
The arc of
Yeah,
the pitch.
what? Yeah, sorry. What makes a bad plastic pitch? I still don't understand that. What's so bad about it?
well, obviously it was a bit hilly in the middle,
Yeah, it was a bit steep for the players. Found it hard to keep their balance.
but I think they've
What does that mean?
they've gone out and deliberately watered that to the shit house.
Yeah.
So that it's made it because we train on that pitch.
Yeah.
That's one of their.
We've got one at Langstone, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sammy slipped up a couple of times, and he's normally better at keeping his feet.
Oh, Sammy played a horrible game.
He did not.
That was one of
Far out.
that was one of those games where before we won the crowd back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's old Sammy. That's old. It was retro Sammy.
That header. Oh my god.
Oh, how did he miss
That was
that?
embarrassing.
That was a clearance.
That was the only decent cross we had. You know,
Until
hit him on the head.
That was the only decent cross we had in the entire game.
And the keeper just stood there and went, "Oh fuck now!"
Yeah.
And he went, "And no, you fit it out of the top."
He could have actually chested it down. He was anyone in the box.
And-
There was a defender, but
And Commons was playing fucking kick to that bloody ball girl with a fucking corner flag.
oh god, he played horrible.
Who else was shit?
No, who was good?
Brownie was pretty kind of absent.
Was Kelvin Wilson that good?
Well, he always looks good because he's playing next to Effie.
Yeah, but everyone says that. I've read a couple of reports and people say if Ambrose played well. I don't know what those people are looking at because he is one of the US players.
Yeah.
He's scary to watch.
Yeah, he's now got the tag time bomb.
Yeah.
He is like,
Considering there's only one guy up at, Bangura was the only forward they had.
yeah,
Yeah, it's true. And the thing is that Effie, let's cast our mind back to when Effie first started before he went to the African Nations Cup, won the cup and got all those Vestal Virgins. He was a great footballer.
yeah.
And now he's just...
Yeah,
He seems like a really arrogant player, which is okay. You want a bit of arrogance in your team, especially when you're playing probably these types of. Because you want to say, well, I've been playing the Champions League, we deserve this type of spot. But then you have to go out there and do that, actually play football.
Yeah.
And it's okay if you're a striker and you can do these little flicks and dinks in our last third, but he's doing it in our bloody box, you know.
How about his first touch in the first league game? When he tried to push the pass, well, I'm not sure it was a pass or he was just trying to control it, and it ricocheted off his opponent.
Oh, that was a goal. Was that the goal?
Yeah, well, it's ended up leading to the goal, but it wasn't, he couldn't blame him from that. But it was one of only two times that fucking Fraser Foster came off his line because he had to come and get the ball. And the other time was at the end of the match when they announced that Scott Brown was man of the match.
Oh, yeah.
Fraser Foster came off his line then and went, fuck that's bullshit.
Actually, yeah, Fraser didn't have a very good game either.
No.
Well, he didn't have anything to do, but his kick-outs were woeful.
Oh, I don't know why keepers can't kick. At training, what do you practice? You practice saving and kicking.
What else are you going to do?
That is it.
There's too much fucking Nintendo in these guys' lives, not enough kicking.
I agree.
Who else had a stinker while we're there?
I thought James Forrest actually did okay in the first half.
No, I'm getting a bit Uncle Joe with James Forrest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's depressing.
Because I don't know if I'm still tainted by watching...
Bit shaky?
Yeah. But,
You liking dudes?
no, after I watched him run around at Olympic Park that day...
Get over it.
I don't, like...
He did at least 3 laps that day.
It took him an hour. Like,
It's a big pitch.
fucking run.
It's a big pitch.
Callum, you got around there quicker when you were doing under 15s, little ass.
Hey, that was pretty good running.
He was
back
doing the
then.
walk.
Yeah, exactly. He was at the high jump.
We all have to do that.
He doesn't portray the
Well, he's,
positive athlete, does he?
he's fat, isn't he?
And his haircut is shit.
He's got a funny head. He's got no neck.
What's with the arm thing he does when he runs?
Oh, he's got a terrible running style. That's just not.
Yeah.
Apart from that, though, he's all right.
Yeah, he's a great footballer. Charlie Mulgrew, he had a stinker as well.
Joe Lilly played terrible as well.
It was a really bad game.
Wasn't
I
it?
think we've established that.
Every time we try to play Scott Brown in the middle, it just fucks up. Scott Brown is best when he plays out wide on the right.
Yeah.
And he links up with the guy who's playing on his right, whether it's the
Forrest
right.
or Matthews. Or
Yeah, that's right.
Lustig was okay.
Lustig played well. Yep.
Yeah. Although he got a bit. He was up for it though. He was in front of his,
Yeah.
hometown.
Yep. No, he played all right.
His family.
his family's friends.
But that's what they're going to miss. Like, you know, no Wanyama. That's going to keep.
That's the game where he
they're going
was
to keep
dominated.
pushing Scott in the middle to do that role, and he can't.
Yeah.
They should be thinking about Tom Rozic if they're not.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know why they didn't play
I'd
Roger.
crack him in there, yeah. Or Kyle. Get Kyle back in there, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like
A
Kyle.
lot of people don't like Kyle.
I don't mind.
I like
if
Kyle.
he's up for it. I
He's
reckon
good for 50, 60 minutes, just kicking the shit out of him.
busting a lung.
Yeah.
But then how many people do you want kicking a shit? You got Scott Brown kicking the shit out of someone. You've got then Kyle doing that as well. I mean, how many people do we need in the team?
Yeah, but I think Scotty Brown has to be on the right. I don't.
Yeah, I think for that game that would have been an okay game for Kyle to play in. Because all he had to do was protect the back four. That was his main job.
Yeah.
That was all he had to do, you know. And Scott Brown was getting pushed around by Bangura quite a lot.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
People said after the game on Twitter, we shouldn't be worrying about that. And but those are the type of games you shouldn't worry about because there's lots of different circumstances, and all you have to do is get through and stuff. But there are some, it is. I know it's only the start of the season, but it's a little bit worrying that we've only brought in a few players and none of them played.
Yeah.
Well, two of
Striker's injured.
the guys are injured.
Yeah, I know. So
I don't even know. I saw the guy play against in the first league game in the SPPPPL against Ross County. What's his name? Is that Dick Van Dyke?
Yeah, the 39-minute man.
Yeah. I saw him. So who's
He
the other
looked
guy?
okay, but-
who's the other guy?
I don't know. $2 million I only paid for him. He looks okay, but he kept missing.
What about Finner Bogerson? Are we buying him?
No, it's too expensive, I think.
We made. There was a tweet the other day that said we've made £20 million from transfers this year. So Wanyama 12, Hooper 5,
Wilson.
Wilson 2.5.
Right.
Is that the maths that works?
How
you're a bit
much
short.
for Bangura?
He's on loan. And we would lose the $2.5 million. That's well
Love
a
the way-
bad debt.
Neil Lennon went up to him and said, "You're doing fine. Just keep at it.
He did.
Don't come back."
Yeah. The accountant has well and surely put Mo Bangura's investment as a bad debt. That's well and surely in that
Yep.
column.
Are they writing that one off?
Yeah, that's what they wrote that off the first
You
time I
don't
saw
even
it.
know what a write-off is.
No, it's good we actually, were reminded that we did, we do occasionally sign some stinkers.
Yeah.
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 Well, we've had a good track record of actually not doing that.
Yeah.
So let's keep faith in John Park, or his name is. Do we want to turn our attention to the draw? The draw has now happened as we speak, and Celtic have drawn Shakhtar Karagandhi. And as I said before, what can you say about Shakhtar Karagandhi that hasn't been said before?
Well, there's one of my things that should be I've done. Well,
I've got a bit of stuff.
so do I. In 2008, they were deducted 9 points and expelled from a competition because they
Sounds familiar, doesn't it?
allegedly bribed and cheated,
Why wouldn't you?
which does sound like a club we know.
But they've only been in existence for 50 years, so they've got to still
Match
learn the
fixing.
ropes.
Yeah. Well, they're from the Kazakhstan region, which we all obviously know from the documentary of Borat,
Yeah.
where they have sex with their sisters and
Yes.
have iPad minis.
Naughty, naughty. This is the club anthem, actually. I managed to dig this up.
All right, everybody, let's show them how we do it here in Tucson, Arizona. Please welcome all the way from
Yeah, just hold on a minute.
sounds American.
Shake to Arizona.
That sounds American.
No. My bad. Okay, here we go. This is their club anthem. I think this was at the Brazen Head. The other
This is a
night.
song called the Mogosrovich Domophone. It's been in my country, there is a problem.
Long intro.
In my country, there is problem. And that problem is transport. It take very, very long. Because Kazakhstan is big. Throw transport down the well. So my country can be free. So my country can be free. We must make travel easy. Then we have a big party.
The Jew.
Make everybody money. They never give it back. Throw the Jew down the well, so my country can be free. You must have him by his horns. Then we have a big party.
Oh, no, I think we should stop there.
Well, we're allowed to do that because there's a Jew on the balcony.
That was so. That was obviously Borat from when he went to America. That was actually quite funny watching all these Americans in Arizona clap to that song. Anyway, obviously it's not their club anthem, but I can tell you some things about the Shakhtar team from Kazakhstan. Their nickname is the Miners. Their colours are orange and black, like Dundee United.
The Arabs.
Yeah.
Would they like to be called Arabs?
They were before this. They were one of the leading Kazakh teams in the Soviet Union, and
Was the Soviet Union allowed to be part of UEFA when they were the Soviet Union?
yeah.
Yep.
And
That makes sense because most of the people on the UEFA board are probably ex-communist. you know.
their stadium holds 19,000, and their manager's name is Victor, and he is a very unattractive man. So that's what I can tell you about Shakhtar. What else do we got on Shakhtar? Are we worried about the threat of diphtheria?
Well, they haven't. I don't get it.
One of the players' names.
Diphtheria.
Diphtheria. He's a centre forward.
They've never. This is the furthest they've made it in qualifying terms.
Right. Well,
Could you imagine? Let's be honest. Could you imagine Barcelona going to playing a group stage against going all the way to Kazakhstan? Don't be ridiculous.
yeah. Well, it is one of these games though. When you head off to the far east, you can things can come a cropper. So we should be mindful of
It'd be
it.
interesting to see how we get there.
Yeah, I think we're going to catch the train.
And then
16-hour return, I reckon.
It's going to Boston. You can go to Boston and back.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, why couldn't they just play the Red Sox?
Well, that's what I said. They're in the group next year.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be tough to work out who I'd want to go for.
Well, it depends who was on the drugs.
That game at Fenway's going to be difficult.
Well, defensively, they've kept 3 clean sheets in their 4 Champion Leagues qualifier.
Oh, Frankie, way to go with the research.
How's that? Dirty Scunners, 3 clean sheets.
And supposedly Arthur Borat plays for them on Wikipedia.
Yeah, that's bizarre. I think someone's lying there.
And Celtic fans will be relieved to know it's a grass pitch with no camber.
And no hills.
But one of the finest oomph bands.
Really?
Yes.
What's an oomph band?
Oompa, oompa.
Ah, an
Stick it up the jumper,
oompa band.
Yeah. Okay, anything else? I think that's it. I think that's all we've got on Shakhtar.
Neil Lennon, if you need us,
Karagandhi.
call us.
So the away legs first, and then the home leg.
Yeah.
You know.
What else you got?
Flights are cheap, 900 quid. That's bullshit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Be cheap to come from here.
Probably would be.
It probably would be. It's further east. Is it east than Afghanistan or something?
No. Is it?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It is. I read that. And it is.
Right. Well, let's not talk about these guys anymore because it's boring. Let's talk about. Did you want to talk about? We spoke about Kelvin Wilson.
Yeah, we have. Yeah,
we have. I have been not paying attention to the
Grand Brigade.
no, just the world, the news in general. So I'm needing some updates on
Well, my computer's in front of you.
On
I had all these things on it that I was going to talk about.
on Sevco.
Oh, Sevco.
Yeah.
Well,
So what's going on there? Because it looks like green is. It's directly north of Afghanistan. Isn't it?
you can't fly through Afghanistan, can you? You still allowed to do that? Swiss Air would be.
It's north of Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, Tajikistan, and some other place, and Afghanistan. Right. Tell us about what's going on with Sevco.
Well, Charles Green's come back
Now, why has he come back?
because he's a consultant.
Who brought him back?
The board.
Right.
Yeah.
Why did he leave in the first place? He got kicked out, didn't he?
Because he was he
He's
told his
dodgy.
packy friend,
Right.
my packy friend.
Oh, that wasn't the reason why he left, though, was it?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's racist.
Well, it's funny
Well,
that.
it's not anymore.
It's racist now.
Yeah, but why has he come back?
Oh, well, Dignity FC have decided that they'll move past that.
Right. So he's allowed to walk back, not walk away.
He's walking back.
Right, okay.
Walter Smith's walking away,
Okay.
which gets confusing because I thought that none of them walked away. So Green was at the game in the director's box against Newcastle, and there was not much protest at all.
About that.
Yeah.
From
the Rangers fans.
Right.
So that's happened.
Sure.
So he's on £1,000 a month consulting for stakeholders and shareholders and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
James Traynor got mobbed by fans when he was leaving his...
In an angry way.
The Bigot Dome, yeah?
Yep.
And he refused to speak to the media. And then said... Yeah. And then said he would only speak to the fans if none of them recorded him. So that happened. But
Wow.
no one... I don't really think no one really knows what's going on there.
Well, none of them know how to record.
Yeah, well, none of them got phones. And their fingers are too fat for the pictures. And Charles Green's done an interview with STV about a whole wide range of things, which we've tweeted about. And if anyone wants to watch it, I mean, it's just... As I tweeted saying, it's like listening to the kind of... at Christmas Day, when there's like that uncle in the kind of corner who just speaks to himself and mumbles and is drunk and is really incoherent. That's what he sounds like. He's just... So it's what Prefontaine's like, every other Christmas. That was
Uncle Jerry.
the one we're quite concerned about. So he said a couple of things, which I tweeted. There was a couple of questions. Have you embarrassed Rangers? And he said, many times. How does a Rangers manager come to the conclusion? So Ali McCoist has done a wide-ranging attack on him, saying that he's a devious man and blah, not to be trusted and shouldn't be part of Rangers. And he said he was a devious man, but it's not something he was proud of. He also said that I didn't mislead the fans and investors. Charles Green raised $35 million for Sevco. So Charles Green liked to talk in third person. And he said, the last kind of bit, there will be people who welcome Charles Green at Ibrox, and there will be people who won't welcome Charles Green at Ibrox. Charles Green. So, yeah, he's a funny man. He's a bit like, is it the Simpsons episode? Bob Dole? Bob Dole. Because Bob Dole speaks in third person, that's what he does. Yeah. Bob Dole. So that's what's going on, I think.
Right.
And they had supposedly a meeting with their supporters last night saying they've got a war chest of £10 million in the bank.
Yep.
And they've stopped losing money.
I'm annoyed.
And their stadium's falling apart.
I'm annoyed that they lost a forfer in the League Cup. Because is there any chance of us playing Sevco for the first time? We now have to wait till the Scottish Cup in the next year. Because we're sure as hell not playing in the Ramsley Cup.
Did you want to play them?
They wouldn't one for a laugh, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
There's those games when you get to play pub teams, they're fun.
Yeah. Good hit out for the younger kids.
Yeah.
You'd play the junior team, wouldn't you?
Oh, totally.
You wouldn't want to put any of our stars against them.
In case you get injuries,
Yeah.
It's terrible. Do you know one of my favourite people on Twitter? I love the Twitter account In the Ra.
Yeah, I know.
And they just tweeted, I see Celtic are heading to Kazakhstan for a football match. We have picked up many AK-47s and RPGs there.
He tweets pictures of, like, in the morning, breakfast in the morning for the Ra, and it's like a picture of toast and then, like, 3 guns.
It's just...
He's that case.
It is nuts. Anyway. Right, so...
So who was the guy, Calum, that was backing Rangers and then they flicked him? Like, this is about a year ago.
Dave King?
Yes.
Yeah, and he's come out and said that...
He came out and said that at this rate, Rangers will be broke by Christmas.
Yeah, in administration. This is the guy that is, like, he got either convicted or is facing charges of, like, hundreds of counts of fraud in South Africa. Dave King.
Yeah.
And they want him to rescue as part of the Blue Knights. I love how the Blue Knights have kind of come back. I love how they use the name... Because obviously they used the name from when Craig White first came, and everyone was calling him the White Knight. So they've used a similar name, as in the Blue Knights, based on a guy that completely frauded the club. I mean, and the supporters think that that's a good thing. I think that's just quite funny that they're
But what he was saying, like, I know he's a liar and a cheat and fraudster and all that, but what he was saying, I believed him because I wanted to. It made sense. Like, he was saying that they were throwing money at players they couldn't afford, a manager they can't afford, and a ground that's, literally fallen down around them.
Yeah.
He said even to maintain the ground and pay normal, day-to-day running costs, the club would be broke either way. That's because they're not going to go back to the fans now and say, I mean, where are we up to with tickets? They can't sell 2023 now.
No. Because they might not be around. Why would you want to invest in something?
Technically, they're not around.
Well, that's true.
Well, as someone was saying on Twitter, I think it was Jules who said on Twitter, would Rangers buy, would the new Rangers buy Sevco's history? I mean, what history could they possibly buy if they went to liquidation again?
Yeah.
The new Rangers.
Division 3 champion.
Yeah. With the division flag flying over there.
Are they Division 3 or Division 4 champions?
I'm not sure. I can't remember.
It's 4, isn't it? Because they're in Division 3 now, aren't they? Oh, hang on.
Depends if it was the
changed.
FPPL or SFL or...
No, there was definitely an F in that one. Definitely an F. In that acronym.
They should just move to Third Atlantic's ground. That's quite a nice ground. Sure, there's some trees in the stands, but otherwise it's a perfectly good-looking pitch.
You went to that stadium, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was very eerie.
Yeah, it would have been fun.
I really enjoyed that day. Driving around, checking out football stadiums of clubs that used to exist.
like Clydebank.
Clydebank, which is the car park. Third Atlantic, which the ground's still there, and they've still got
They still play there.
They've still got the well, the club doesn't, but
Someone play juniors.
Yes, yeah, and they've still got the like they've just let where the stand is. They've just let trees grow, so there's beautiful big oak trees in the stand, but they've kept the stanchions, the barriers there, and they're all freshly painted.
They're holding the trees up.
Yeah. And it was raining, it was misty, kind of Glasgow day and stuff. And it was
surreal.
It was really surreal. And then we went to Ibrox, and it was the same, but there was dark clouds hanging over.
Oh yeah, big
lightning and
very,
stuff. Yeah, it was very evil.
One of our podcast friends, I'm not going to say her name, it's Jules.
Yep.
She stole a, when...
a scarf.
Yeah,
Oh no, that's nutty. That is nutty.
Yeah. From Rangers.
And you should say hi to cousin Sean whilst we're just going around the...
Yeah.
Let's just give Mum a call.
I think you're going to call Sean.
I can't afford it.
Who can't?
I can't.
As if you pay for that phone.
Exactly.
I thought you had unlimited. Oh, you're probably on some dodgy friggin'...
Yeah.
I don't know if Mum's even home.
Hello.
I called her the other morning. She was still asleep. She had no idea the game was on.
Those drugs she was on last week knocked her out of it.
Yeah. She doesn't bounce back as quickly as she does when she gets the flu.
She, you know how she loves to sleep? Well, she was sleeping, and she was getting annoyed because she was sleeping, but she was sick at the same time, so she couldn't really appreciate it.
This call is being diverted.
Oh, it's a shame it didn't go to the
voicemail.
Wait, it will.
Hello.
Here we go.
Yes, Your phone, Celia. I'm very busy. Please leave my message.
Yeah, that's...
Stupid. Never ever hang up on Mum because she always gives you a good 5 minutes after it.
I know. She puts the phone down. He doesn't know what the hell he's doing this weekend. He says he's coming down, but he's not.
I thought it was Jeddah, but it wasn't he.
Yeah, that's a good one.
She think you were
I
Jerry.
think Bernadette's got a cold.
Oh dear, she's a cracker.
Right. Well, 40 minutes, that's enough, isn't it, for one show?
enough.
Yeah.
Well, I think we will play better than...
Well, the Green Brigade, quickly. Do you want to talk about that?
Oh, yeah, the Green Brigade, that's right. So is it true or is it not true they can't hang around on the section 11, 11, 11 anymore?
I don't think it's... I think for the minute they're...
So who are they going to put there?
They should put like...
Handicaps.
You know what they should put, just to really piss them off? They should put like a pro-Israeli supporters there.
What, you and me?
Yeah. That'd be funny.
Yeah, it would be. I just don't think that would fly.
No, neither do I.
No.
Just stop breaking the seats. Just stop doing that, and stop doing the stupid fire bombs. And
They are a laugh though.
but they're so stupid.
I know.
And the disabled supporters don't like it, so that should be all that's said on that
Well,
issue.
that's a good point. I did read some things on Twitter, and this made sense from a lot of the supporters are saying Celtic isn't playing at home for like another 5 months, so there's plenty of time for the club and the Green Brigade to just get in a room, get nude, and nut it out, just sort it out.
Well, I like the last meeting they had. The only people who weren't there were the Green Brigade.
No, they didn't turn up.
No, they weren't invited.
Oh, they weren't invited.
Well, so that's what I heard, but are the Green Brigade like, and I'm using this example from the newsroom, which was last week,
Yeah.
are the Green
They've
Brigade...
got no leader.
They've got no leader. They have a leader, or they just a
Oh yeah, they're classic.
unorganised bunch of people that have, they want 500 people. What they want, I'm assuming, is for everyone to have a say, which is fine, but they want to go in a big room with Peter Laurel, and that new Celtic fan liaison officer, and they all want to yell at each other. Like, that's what they want to yell. They've got doesn't seem to be like a message, one type of message coming out from the group, because it doesn't seem to be a leader.
What they need is that new announcer from Celtic Park.
Oh my God.
He'd get the message across, wouldn't
Absolutely he would. Like, they go at the front with the headphones, so the speaker who doesn't actually watch the game. Like, you see the leader?
Yeah,
Or the
don't
drummer's the leader?
Don't know.
This is the quintessential Green Brigade member.
Old woman! Man! Sorry. What knight lives
Bring
in
out
that
your
castle over there? I'm 37. What? I'm 37. I'm not old. Well, I can't just call you man. You could say Dennis. I didn't know you were called Dennis. Well, you didn't bother to find out, did you? I did say sorry about the old woman, but from behind you looked... What I object to is you automatically treat me like an inferior. Well, I am king. Oh, king, eh? Very nice. And how'd you get that, eh? By exploiting the workers. By hanging on to outdated imperialist dogma which perpetuates the economic and social differences in our society. If there's ever going to be any progress... Dennis, there's some lovely filth down here. Oh! How'd you do? How do you do, good lady? I'm Arthur, King of the Britons. Whose castle is that? King of the who? The Britons. Who are the Britons? Well, we all are. We are all Britons. And I am your king. I didn't know we had a king. I thought we were an autonomous collective. You're fooling yourself. We're living in a dictatorship. A self-perpetuating autocracy in which the working classes... Oh, there you go, bringing class into it again. Well, that's what it's all about. If only people would... Please, good people, I am in haste. Who lives in that castle? No one lives there. Then who is your lord? We don't have a lord. What? I told you, we're an anarcho-syndicalist commune. We take it in turns to act as a sort of executive officer for the week. Yes. But all the decisions of that officer have to be ratified at a special bi-weekly meeting. Yes, I see. By a civil majority in the case of purely internal affairs. Be quiet. But by a 2/3 majority in the case of more... Be quiet. I order you to be quiet. Order? Who does he think he is? I'm your king. Well, I didn't vote for you. You don't vote for kings? Well, how do you become king, then? The Lady of the Lake, her arm clad in the purest shimmering samite, held aloft Excalibur from the bosom of the water, signifying by divine providence that I, Arthur, was to carry Excalibur. That is why I'm your king. Listen, strange women lying in ponds distributing swords is no basis for a system of government. Supreme executive power derives from a mandate from the masses, not from some farcical aquatic ceremony. Be quiet. Oh, but you can't expect to wield supreme executive power just because some watery tart threw a sword at you. Shut up! Oh, but if I went round saying I was an emperor, just because some moistened bint had lobbed a scimitar at me, they put me away. Shut up, will you? Shut up! Ah, now we see the violence inherent in the system. Shut up! Come and see the violence inherent in the system.
Just because I'm moistened bit through a scimitar. Anyway, that's the Green Brigade.
That is a very good synopsis of them. If they have a uniform message and someone that can actually communicate that to the media and the club, and instead of being kind of an unorganised, almost dishevelled kind of organisation, they're like Occupy Wall Street. And what will happen to them is they will become what Occupy Wall Street became, which was a 2-minute media circus.
Yeah.
Where they had lots of, Twitter interests and no one took them seriously. And what happened? Nothing happened.
Yeah.
Well, the SEC finally, for the first time, convicted a banker from the global financial crisis.
Yeah.
He was like a middle manager. So, well done. You know?
You got 20 years for the whole lot of them.
Well, to be fair.
Pathetic.
So there you go, Green Brigaders. If you're out there listening to us,
Which you're not, because you need to have a shower.
No, they're going to get school tomorrow, so.
Yeah, that was a funny tweet.
we're so funny in Australia.
You can't hear it. You can't touch us.
Yeah. Anyway, well, let's wrap things up. Any final thoughts? I feel like Barry Cassidy on Insiders. Any final thoughts, Frankie?
No final thoughts. Who have we got this week?
Liverpool in Dublin.
Oh, that's right, yeah. That's on live too, apparently.
Yeah, on ESPN Setanta.
Setanta, yeah.
Fucking friendly games are bullshit, don't they?
It's bullshit fucking. Massive bullshit fucking. What about you, Callum? Any final thoughts?
No.
No. Okay.
March on.
March on, march on. Don't forget, obviously, you can subscribe to the Rebel podcast by going to the How Media channel, which has got heaps of other good Celtic podcasts on there as well. You can follow myself on Twitter, Prefontaine67. You can follow Callum on Twitter. Actually, to be fair, you don't even tweet from that anymore. You can follow the Rebel podcast.
I do tweet. Money. Hashtag.
Okay. You can follow the Rebel podcast at Rebel Podcast. You can follow Frank on Twitter at
Giant Celts 8.
Giant Celts 8. Has he even changed it?
No.
Is there an underscore there?
It's always been there. There's an underscore in there.
Yeah.
There's an underscore in there. Giants _8 _Celts Giants Frank
Full stop.
thing me. This has been a Grundy television production. When in Sydney, we choose to stay at the Civil Townhouse. And
Thanks a lot, Sarge.
and we'll see you next week or whenever the next podcast is. Cheerio.
Cheerio.
Babylon don't love you, but you love everything. Oh, you saint, America don't love you, so I could never love you. In spite of everything, in the dark of this place, there's the glow of your face. There's the dust on the screen of this broken machine, and I can't help but feel that I made some mistake, but I let it go. Through the fire, through the flames, you won't even say your name. Through the fire and through the flames, you won't even say your name. Only I am that I am. Who could ever live that way? What your way, what your oh, the motherland don't love you, the fatherland don't love you, so I love anything. Oh, look out, the faithless they don't love you, the zealous hearts don't love you. That's not gonna change. All the candles and fires, all the past say